Hey everyone. So today we're going to be making a turkey salad. You can do this with chicken as well, just whatever you have left over, whether it's turkey or chicken. You can make these for lunches. You can make it since you're staying at home and you're tired of having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch and you want to have something else. And since the kids are going to be going back to school really soon, you're going to want something different to put maybe in their lunchbox. You can have this as a potluck item. Interesting story, when I first made this many years ago, I actually added green onions into it, and when I took it to a potluck that I was going to, I was not aware at the time that the hostess of the potluck was really allergic to onions. So faux pas. Certain thing that I learned from that is if you're going to bring something to someone's house, find out if they're vegetarian, if they're vegan, if they have any allergies, any issues behind that, because it is kind of embarrassing off of that. So everything has actually been prepared, and we're just going to basically put this together for making a quick salad behind things. So I took some turkey, and granted, I did not have this left over. I did not cook a whole turkey. I actually bought this at the supermarket where you could just get some shredded turkey, you get a couple of cups of it and everything. And I just did a nice chop to it. So that's going to go in our bowl. And then I like to add in different things for flavor and crunch. So I took a celery stalk that I halved and then halved again, so essentially quartered, and diced it down. Depending upon how much turkey or chicken that you have, what your meat product is, you're going to want to adjust how much you're putting into this. I also like grapes in these, green grapes. I actually took about 20 green grapes and I quartered them down forward. It adds a little bit of sweetness to everything. Then earlier, I did a salted caramel mixed nut item. You'll see that video elsewhere about how to do that. And I took about half a cup of that and broke it off and chopped it into a rough chop. I like a little bit more crunch than the celery provides in my salads. Plus the salted caramel gives a nice sweetness to it and adds a little bit to this. So now I've got my basics in there. I'm going to add in all of the things that make it into a salad. I have a tablespoon of mayonnaise. It's going in here. And then another tablespoon of ground mustard. Spicy ground mustard, because I like things a little bit spicy due to your taste, whatever it might be. So I've made this many times over the years and it's grown in its complexity as far as things go. It started out just basically was mayonnaise and mustard and salt and pepper. Since then I've added a lot of things. I actually like this horseradish cream sauce as well, which I have another tablespoon of that to add to it. Because again, it gives a little bit of kick. Anything more than that I found actually gives too much horseradish flavor for it, at least to my taste. And then basically you're just going to mix that together. Incorporate all of those ingredients. And it's not a wet salad by any means. It is somewhat of a dry looking salad, but the flavors are very good for this. So that's why it has many variations. You can do it something as an appetizer on toast. You can put it together with crackers. You can eat it just by itself and do some lettuce with it. I actually then add in some apple cider vinegar for some acid for this. About 2 teaspoons for that. I add in, of course, salt. You don't really have enough salt in this right now. A little cracked black pepper. And as I mentioned before, I'm not a big measurement person, it's really more eyeball. Here is where, if you don't have fresh onion, you can do onion powder, or if you know people who are allergic to onion, you avoid this altogether. And I actually add a little roasted garlic powder, because just a little bit, because roasted garlic powder is strong. You don't need a great deal of that. And garlic makes everything better, at least in my opinion, it does. Then add a little more sweetness to it. This is agave syrup. You can use honey if you want, but I found that agave syrup has a better consistency for it. And I do this as a per tasting item. I don't just dump it all in. I do what looks right just to get the sweet flavor throughout. Mix it up. Make sure everything gets a taste of everything. And speaking of taste, you always want to make sure you taste your food, because if you're not going to taste your food, you can't expect anybody else to like it. That's going to be very good. And then just a little bit of Italian flat leaf parsley for a little more freshness to the whole thing. And that is it. That's how you take some leftover chicken or leftover turkey, whatever you may have on hand, and you make this salad to go with it that you can have either on toast, you can have it as a standalone. If you put like a nice bed of butter lettuce down and you put this on top of it with some tomato, that would be really good as well. And this will keep in your refrigerator covered for about 3 days. So there you have it, folks. Meals with Michael, once again, have a good day.